is Fuel Your Digital Growth with Future-Ready Interconnected Data Center. To talk about this, may I request and invite on stage Ashish Arora, CEO Nxtra by Airtel. Ashish is a dynamic entrepreneur and result-oriented leader with over 20 years of experience leading large B2B businesses in the telecom, data center, and IT industry. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you.
Very good morning to all of you. You had heard in the morning one of the sessions from the banking side, a couple of sessions from the industry side. What I'll talk to you about is from the data center point of view, what's happening in the industry and what we are doing as a company, which is Nxtra. Data center as an industry, as a category, is seeing absolutely explosive growth in this country. It's absolutely unprecedented. We have been in this space for more than 10 years, but last 3 years have been absolutely transformative. And the basic underlying reason is that India is very, very rapidly digitizing. Large part of economies is already digitized, especially the banking and a lot of the infrastructure sector. And then, of course, we have a large ecosystem of digital native companies which are on a day one fully digital. As we see more and more digital economy, the adoption of cloud goes up. And that's what is ballooning in India. And with the adoption of cloud is the data center, because finally the underlying infrastructure for the cloud is the data center within which the entire cloud infrastructure sits. So that's what's happening in India. India now is, all the global cloud players are locally present in India. The biggest public cloud players are locally present in India. And of course, there is a massive adoption of private cloud as well. So this is fueling the growth. There's a strong migration happening from a captive infrastructure to the colo-based infrastructure. The 5G technology which is getting implemented, and of course Airtel is leading the entire execution of 5G in India, will further fuel the growth of the data centers, especially in the smaller centers in the edge cities. India also is a huge market, also because of the fact that India is having a very strong policy on green energy. We are looking at almost 500 gigawatt of green energy by 2030, which is a huge capacity, which is what this industry needs. And it is far ahead of what you will see in Europe or Asia Pacific. So India can very easily become a strong regional player as far as data center is concerned. So you will see in this industry between 21 to 27, almost 2.5 time growth in investment, going up to $10 billion. The capacity-wise, currently it's around 500 megawatt capacity. It will be in next couple of years more than 1 giga, and another 2-3 years it will be more than 2 giga. So this industry is going in multiple steps of growth, and it's a huge, exciting industry. As you see so much of data center coming up, and Saurabh before me when he spoke from the banking industry point of view, the adoption of colo is becoming absolute no-brainers. Especially, a lot of industries to begin with have built their own captive data centers. But now if you look at it, there's a massive cost advantage to move to a colo facility. The data centers we are building are in the capacity of 50 megawatt, 100 megawatt. A typical colo data center would be 200 kilowatt at best. The scale advantage is a huge benefit in the cost. The same benefit translates in efficiency when you talk about PUE and the power consumption. Scale becomes a big advantage, and that translates into a big cost advantage. Network. As you put more and more digital infrastructure in the colo, in your IT, you need to be connecting it to the rest of the world. Network is not about just having a robust internet and robust MPLS. Network is having a great peering infrastructure with all the OTTs. Network is having a great peering infrastructure with all the other cloud players, and so on. So a strong network footprint, which is possible only in a data center. You can't, in a captive office building, build all this kind of network infrastructure, including peering and everything else. So that's why it makes sense to be in a colo facility. Green energy. In India today, green energy as an option is available to all industries. But there is a restriction. Below 1 megawatt, you cannot have a captive green energy available to you. But at data center, we can. Nxtra, for example, today, and as we speak right now, consumes 50% of its energy as a green energy. And we will be probably 80% by end of this year. And the good thing is, green energy is not just good for environment. Of course, it is good for environment. But in India, green energy makes a lot of economic sense because it costs you much lesser than nuclear power. Okay? So it's a great economics as well as a great thing for the nature. And that's only available in data centers. Future ready. As the technology evolves, one of the most common things is the density. More and more servers getting packed in smaller and smaller space, consuming more and more power. Any office infrastructure, any captive infrastructure cannot take care of that future 10, 15 years requirement where servers and the racks will start consuming from today maybe 5 kilowatt to 50 kilowatt in 10 years time. That kind of scale means just the load of the building should be 2,500 kg. You won't build office buildings like that just to have a small data center in it. So to me, this is a no-brainer. It's only a matter of time. Each and every industry which is running a captive data center today, at some point of time will have to move to colo. It's a matter of time. Does it make sense from your expansion plan point of view? Does it make sense from your refresh of technology point of view? But as and when you come to one of those decisions, this would be the most logical decision to go to. As we look at this industry, this is where Nxtra is today. Nxtra is now almost 10 years old company. It's a company which is a subsidiary of Airtel. It was created as an independent company within Airtel ecosystem. 76% is still owned by Airtel. It's a subsidiary of Airtel in that sense. 24% is owned by Carlyle, which is an independent financial investor. They are one of the largest private equity investors in the world any which way. We today run 12 large data center facilities, almost 190 megawatts. So we are huge capacity of power we are already running across these 12 data centers. What is very unique is we are probably the only players which have presence across the country. We have 120 edge data centers spanning 65 different cities. So as technology expands and your need grows to go closer to the customer, we are very much ready and present. And of course, we are already serving more than 400 large corporate and a bank and enterprises in the country. So we have a large footprint as we speak, and we have built a huge capability serving both hyperscaler customers, which are most demanding customers you can ever come across because they benchmark us with the global facilities they have built around the world. And they don't give any concessions for we being in India or any other reason. And of course, we serve the banking and the IT and other customers. And as this industry is growing, as I just shared with you, this is our plan. In next just 3 years time frame, we are doubling this capacity from 200 to close to 400 megawatt. That's what we are doing as we speak. We have embarked on a massive expansion plan. We are building 7 new facilities as we speak, and all of these are under execution. Some of them will go live in this year, and some of them will go live in the coming year. So massive expansion of our capacities. We are coming up in Mumbai. We already have large facilities in Pune. We are building one more in Pune. We will be coming up with a large facility in Bangalore. We already have one. Chennai, we have 3 facilities. We will be coming up with in Hyderabad, Kolkata, and Noida. So all of these places we are investing in building large hyperscale facilities. This is our latest one, very close to all of you here in Mumbai. This facility would be live by Q4 this year, Q4 of this calendar year. It's a massive infrastructure we are building. It's an 85 megawatt facility, more than 7,000 racks across 3 different buildings. Some of the unique things about this is that, as I said, it's future ready. We are already investing in infrastructure which is 2,500 kg of per square meter load, which means we can support any future requirement of any density of racks which one may have in future. Of course, it is very well connected on the network footprint. The unique thing about it is that apart from the domestic network footprint and the peering network footprint, this will be also the cable landing station for two of the cables which Airtel is bringing to India, Africa 2 as well as 𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂. So the cable investments which Airtel is making would be housed out of this data center. So it will provide access not just to domestic networks and peering, but also with global cable networks. Apart from investing heavily on infrastructure, we are very, very strongly making investments as well as innovations around ESG and the green investment. So we have committed ourselves to be net zero by 2031. This is well ahead of what Airtel has committed as a company, well ahead of what we are seeing in the country as overall. So we are definitely trying to meet these very stringent requirements much ahead of anything else in the industry. All our design and operations are very much done in a sustainable model. We make sure that whatever we consume is completely reusable. Green energy and green power is the area we have made some really big investments. So as I said, today already 50% of our consumption, that 200 megawatt which I shared, 50% is green. Because we have already invested in 10 green energy companies. So apart from running so many data centers, we are also directly done investments in 10 green energy companies. These are captive green energy supplier to Airtel and Nxtra. And that's the investment which is allowing us to have a strong green footprint, and we'll continue to scale that to make sure that we touch 80-85% of green energy. We're also making some really good, strong innovation around green energy. We are the only company in this part of the world who has put in a fuel cell technology in a data center. That's the first time in India and probably first time in most of the Asia, at least at the data center level. This is a technology which allows us to generate power through hydrogen. Okay, so as hydrogen becomes the source of power, and hydrogen, as you would understand, just generates water as the byproduct, nothing else. So that's the technology invested, deployed, running in our data center in Bangalore, already done. And obviously we will continue to look at all other innovations which are possible in this space. We of course, for all these efforts have been recognized, and we are very thankful for that. So in summary, if you look at us as a company, Nxtra and Airtel, obviously when you look at data center investments, you look at trusted long-term partner, that's what we are. We have been part of the telecom industry and this industry for more than 25 years now. So given our financial strength, that gives us a very strong relationship with all of you. We have a natural strength on the network, and I believe Saurabh spoke about it before me. Network is heart and core of a data center. If you have a robust data center but it's not well connected, it is really not meeting the requirement. This is what we offer. Of course, our data centers are highly resilient. All our data centers have delivered 100% uptime at the rack level for the last 5 years. Absolutely no outage at any rack in any data center we are running today. We also offer migration services. A lot of our customers, when they migrate from a captive environment to colo environment, obviously they need someone who can switch off the light in one place and switch on the light at another place. And that's the level of ownership we bring. We take the migration absolutely end-to-end. Right from switching off from one facility and switching on the other facility, everything in between gets taken care by us. And security is very important consideration. We ensure that all our infrastructure is secure, both from a physical access as well as electronic access point of view. The SOC services are in fact run by Airtel for Nxtra to ensure that all digital resources within the data center are very secure. So very happy to share our story and journey with all of you, and very happy to engage. I am around for the rest of the day, but we are around as a company in Mumbai. The rest of the team is there. So please reach out to us wherever you feel we can support you in this. Thank you very much.